Hello, hello, Bougie Squad. Happy Monday. My name is Miranda Chenault. I am the creator and co-host of Bougie Girl Cyber Happy Hour. Super excited to be here with you again for another motivational Monday. So come in the room, say hello to me. Hello, everybody. What's up? I got on one of our new 2020 designs. I hope you can see it. Just super thankful and excited to be with you all on today for another Motivational Monday. I like to come on here to share, to uplift, to encourage. Hey, Billy, thank you so much for coming on. Share this out. Join me. Share this on like it. Share it. Follow us. If you're not following us on social media, please follow. Hit the subscribe and follow us. That is one thing that we're trying to do in 2021. We're trying to build our platform. We're trying to build. Hey, Courtney, my baby girl, how are you? Happy Monday, everybody. It is a motivational Monday. And I am here just to uplift, to encourage, and to inspire you to just to be your best you in 2021. As we are entering into 2021, the momentum is going. This is Martin Luther King. So let's first acknowledge Martin Luther King Jr. For his accomplishments that he achieved on this earth as far as trying to come together and bring races together in harmony and unity. And he had a dream for that. And so we want to acknowledge that. I'm just thankful that there was somebody on this earth who wanted there to be unity and love amongst people. And we acknowledge that. I acknowledge that as a Black woman, for my children and for my great-grandchildren, my grandchildren, for my family. So we acknowledge Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and his efforts and everything that he's done, dying for us as a people, so we can have some of the liberties. We're still working, we're still pressing forward, right? But thank God for his for what he has done and the many accomplishments that he made on this earth, and he will always be remembered. So I wanted to first say that, and then, like I said, come into the room, invite, share, subscribe. If you're not subscribed, invite, share, subscribe. And I want to share some things with you before we get started. I know if you are not new to this platform, you've heard this before, but I just want to share. If you see the link scrolling down at the bottom, I have written my first book. Super excited about my first book. And I want to share that link with you down at the bottom because I want you to go and purchase the book. Hey, Joyce, good evening. Invite and share. So my first book is coming out. Super duper excited about it. And so my first book is called From Broken to Bougie. So super excited. Oh yeah, I got a hard copy. I got my first, I'm editing the book. As you can see, everyone will get a hard copy. The ebook will come out later on down the line, but for now, it's a hardback copy of the book. And it will be going out starting March 1st. So everyone will get their copy around the first or second week of March. Super duper excited. And what we're going to do as well is we're going to have like a private Zoom group where if you want to join me and get to know me a little bit more, learn more about the book and why and what, and we can go through it together. I will have a private group where we can do this together. And also for those who ordered the book, who pre-orders the book, because you can pre-order it now, you will receive a free e-journal, which this is a 21-day reflective and healing journal. This will be emailed to everybody who orders the book, pre-orders the book. It will be given to you for free. So after pre-orders is over, thank you, honey, for congratulations, y'all. This is my daughter, and she is going to be on the platform with me in next month. Her and I are going to do a mother-daughter session. We're going to be talking about dating and daddy issues. So it's going to be amazing. She came up with the topic. I'm super excited to have my baby girl join me. Hey, Sean, thank you for joining. So this is your free gift. Is a 21-day reflective journal. It will be an e-journal. It's an actual journal, you guys, that I wrote, and you will get a free email copy for pre-ordering. So you have to pre-order. Once March 1st hits, I will no longer be giving these out for free. You will have to purchase it. So I want to read some letters to a bougie girl. There were a few letters that I did not get a chance to read on Friday. And one of them is from my baby girl who's on here. She's 21 years old. She is my only daughter. I love her to life. And she's just such a blessing to me. And I'm super proud of her. She just got a promotion on her job. She's doing so well in her life. And I love my child. She is amazing. She is a blessing to me. She's like a mini me. That's my little bougie number one. Me and her bougie together. So That's my, she's a part of the Bougie Squad. I love her. So I'm going to read her letter. She says, "Dear friend, we finally made it. We made it to the new year, year of 2021. There are so many things to look forward to this year. Whatever you're aspiring, your dreams, go for it. Every single day, do something small that will make you step closer to where you want to be. You are in this world for a reason, so just do it and go after it. Besides, you are beautiful, you are smart, you are exponentially growing every day. I believe in you, so it's time to believe in yourself. I can't wait to see you hit your goals this year. Cheers to 2021." So that was the Dear Bougie letter from my daughter, Courtney Camille Chenault. She wrote a letter, and I wanted to share, like I said, some of the letters that I did not get a chance to read on Friday. So my baby girl wrote that letter. Thank you, Courtney, for writing that. Again, if you want to write a letter to a bougie girl, please feel free to inbox me, share your letter with me. And I will be including some of these letters in my book. So since my book is still in the editing process, I do have a copy that I'm looking through to edit. Um, I'm still editing, so I may add some letters to it if you all want to. So get your letter to me if you want to have your letter in the book. Also, I wanted to share with you some new bougie apparel. We have the Kings collection. Again, this is a different ticker banner at the bottom. This is for, we have a new Kings collection. You know, we have some amazing men follow this platform. They've been riding with us since we started back in March of 2020, since the pandemic. And we created a Kings collection because I know some men don't want to wear a bougie t-shirt, but they ride with us. And we created a King collection. And King stands for kind, intelligent, noble, and grateful. That's our definition of a king. I know everybody has their own definition, but this, because we're acronym city over here, that is our acronym for king. And so go over, and the information is in the bio and the description as well. So if this is going too fast for you, check out the description, the bio, click on it, purchase, go order a t-shirt. There's bougie t-shirts on there. Like I said, I have on the new one for one of the new t-shirts for this year. Go get one for your girl, your bae, your boo, whoever you want to get one for. Go and get you a t-shirt. Represent the Bougie Squad. Represent the Kings collection. You are a king. You are a queen. We're bougie around this camp. So let's go. So let me read the next letter before we get started with the lesson on tonight about 21 ways to be unapologetically you in 2021. This is going to be some great information, and I hope you enjoy it, because I really enjoy studying and, just delving into information that I can share with my audience. Because on Motivational Mondays, this is a time for us to get lifted. And I think I mentioned this to you before, to get lifted. On Mondays, we're here to get lifted, right? We're here to level up intentionally, finding treasures through empowered discussion. So that's what get lifted means. Get lifted, leveling up intentionally, finding treasure through empowering discussions. On Monday, on Motivational Monday, we have empowering discussions. So I want you to get your pen and paper ready. I want you to get ready for what I'm about to talk about, because it's going to be amazing. So let me read the next letter. This next letter is from a friend of mine that I've been knowing for a while. Even before I moved to Houston, I knew her prior to that when I was in Las Vegas. Such a beautiful woman of God, such a friend. She has a beautiful spirit, and God reconnected us again this year. Her name is Shanita Newman. She goes by Lady Leah. And here is her letter to the Bougie Girl. If I could turn back the hands of time, I would return to the age of 18, focus on myself, college, and career, and said repeatedly, marriage will come in the future. As a little girl, I watched my parents' marriage, how my dad loved, cared, and cherished my mom. He was a provider, leader of our home. At an early age, I wanted marriage where I could be with my king for at least 70 years. God had someone prophesy to me at 18 and told me the person I would marry. I should have held on to that and kept my focus, but no, I wanted what I wanted, and it brought me every abuse known, along with heartache, pain for years. It took me many years to overcome, realize my worth, and grow into the king I currently am today. If no one told you you are a princess, you will grow into a a queen. I am a princess, and you are a princess, and you will grow into a queen. And then you should reign over everything God has given you. Stay focused on yourself, school, and career, and grow grow into the relationship in Christ and watch how you soar spiritually, financially, and personally. Then watch how God will show, prepare, and send your king. You don't have to go through what I did. So what a beautiful letter from, again, Lady Leah Shanita Newman. She wrote her letter to a bougie girl, just talking about how she wish she would have focused. A lot of times when we're little girls, we have that desire. A lot of young ladies have that desire to be married. I got married at 25 years old, got married young. And so a lot of women on here marry young. I know women get married at 21, 22 years old. But a lot of times when our focus is off, it brings a lot of problems when we're not focused on God. A lot of times and I recommend, as a previously married woman, now a divorcee, focus on God. Make sure God is in your marriage. Make sure God is at the head of your marriage. It says the cord with God, the three-strand cord cannot be easily broken. If God is in the midst of your marriage, if God is in control, your marriage will not be easily broken. But again, it's the decision on two people. You can't do it by yourself. It's a decision that two people have to make together. And you know what? If he doesn't want to disappoint God and you don't want to disappoint God, you will have a blessed marriage. So I just pray for all of those who desire to be married, just like myself in 2021. I'm believing God for my husband. He is going to find me in 2021, and I am super excited to meet him. So let's get started with the lesson on today. So get your pen and paper ready. We're going to just go over 21 things, 21 ways to be unapologetically you. That's a tongue twister for me, y'all, in 2021. So when you're unapologetic, you are comfortable in your own strengths and weaknesses, dreams and desires, fears and assorted quirky bits and pieces. So no matter what you're made up of, you are comfortable in your own skin. It's standing firm in the knowledge that imperfect though you are, and you may be imperfect, you are a work in progress with infinite potential. When you're not worried about what other people think and you're being unapologetically you're comfortable in your own skin. You haven't arrived yet. You're not where you need to be, but you're striving, you're moving, you're going on that path. And I looked up the word unapologetically, and it's an adverb, and it says, in a manner that does not acknowledge or express regret. When you live a life that you're not regretful, you're unapologetic. You don't have to apologize for the moves that you make and the things that you choose to do in your own life. You are who you are. Yes, we make mistakes. It's not saying that we're perfect, but we're not apologizing for the moves that we're making. We're not apologizing for who we are because we're not worried about it. We're unbothered, right? We're unbothered by what other people think about us. We're not concerned about all of that. And I have a quote here by Stephen Maraboli. It says, there is nothing more rare nor more beautiful than a woman being unapologetically herself, comfortable in her perfect imperfection. To me, that is true essence of beauty. So he was saying unapologetically herself, comfortable in her perfect imperfection. Isn't that awesome? Your imperfections are perfect because they're yours. And they're a part of your makeup. They're a part of who you are. They're a part of what makes you you. And so you're perfect with all of your quirks, all your proclivities, all your imperfections, all of your flaws. You may not be that tall. You might be short. You may be light skin, dark skin, short hair, long hair. You may not look like the average woman. You may be taller than the average woman. You may be shorter. Whatever your size, whatever your career goals, whatever your education, you are who you are, and you don't have to apologize for being you. I think a lot of times when we start apologizing and we're not living in our own imperfections, our perfect imperfections, we're wearing a mask. So let's talk about 21 ways we can be unapologetically us. I'm gonna get this word right, you guys, before the night is over. Unapologetically us in 2021. Thank you, Sheila, for joining. No problem. Super thankful, sister, my sis. This is one of my church sisters, Sheila Holmes, Elder Sheila Holmes, Minister Sheila Holmes. Thank you for joining. And so we're talking about being unapologetically you here in 2021. So I just mentioned the first one, stop apologizing. You don't have to apologize for who you are. God made you fearfully and wonderfully made in his image. His image looks like so many things on this earth, right? We could be men, we could be women, we could be tall, short, black, white, Asian, Hispanic. We are made in God's image. And what that means is we bear the image of Christ. We bear his heart. We bear his love. We bear who he is and how all he encompasses us to be. We are Christ with skin on, right? So that means we go around and we love people. We're not condemning people, because the word says there is therefore now no condemnation, right? We're not judging people. Yes, we are correcting people in love. We are being Christ-like. When someone falls, we're not talking about them behind their back. We're helping to restore them to Christ with love and encouragement. And that's what we should do. If somebody makes a mistake or falls short, you know what? That's not the point of us tearing them down, right? Oh, I'm going to tear him down because he cheated on his wife, or she divorced, or this person did this, or this person did that. No, it's about loving them out of their sin. It's about loving them back to Christ. It's about loving them to the point where they can come back to Christ and live the life that God has purpose for them to live. We all are here for a purpose. We're not perfect, but we're here for a purpose. So stop apologizing for being you. You messed up, so keep going, right? We're not worried about what everybody else has to say. Number two, I recommend that you step out of your comfort zone. When you're uncomfortable, that means you're sometimes in a good place. Sometimes when we're feeling, and I'm not saying feeling fearful, I'm saying not being complacent any longer. You're not comfortable just being mediocre. You're stepping out and doing something. You're taking risks. You're doing things that you never would have done before. Sometimes people have been on their jobs for 20, 30 years because they're comfortable and they don't want to take risks. They don't want to dare to start their business. They don't want to dare to write that book. They don't want to dare to travel across the country. You know what, you guys, 2 years ago, I traveled from Las Vegas, Nevada. I got in my car. I had a Honda Cross Tour, packed up what I had, left the rest in storage, and drove 24, 26 hours from Las Vegas, Nevada to Houston, Texas by myself. I stopped somewhere in Texas and slept in a hotel overnight. I wasn't going to drive 24 hours. I ain't that bad. I'm bad, but I ain't that bad. And I came here. That's taking a risk. That's getting out of my comfort zone. Just being able to do things that I never would have done, not waiting on somebody to do it with me, not waiting for myself to get married. Oh, I need a man to move across country. No, I packed up my stuff. I got in my car and I did what I had to do. And so a lot of times we need to get out of our comfort zone. We have to do what we need to do for us. Sometimes God is saying, make a move. And if you make that move, I will be with you. So we can't apologize for getting up and doing what we think is best for us and our children, our family, for our legacy, starting that business, selling our house, whatever we need to do to buy another house, move into another neighborhood, whatever God is telling you to do. Apply for that job, right? Start that business, write that book. And you're like, Lord, nobody wants to hear my story. I didn't think anybody wanted to hear my story, but I decided to write the book anyway. So whoever wants to read it will read it. Whoever doesn't won't, but I know it's going to bless. Even if it blesses one person, I've done what I'm supposed to do. So I'm just super excited, and I am encouraging you to step out of your comfort zone. Number three, stop allowing someone to put you in a box. People always say, oh, you're supposed to do this. Your family members may be putting you in a box. Oh, women aren't supposed to do this, or they're not supposed to be pastors. You're not supposed to be on social media. You're not supposed to wear earrings. You're not supposed to wear lipstick. Whatever the situation may be, stop allowing people to put you in their box of what they think you should be. Oh, well, you're a Black woman, so you're this, or you're Asian woman or Hispanic woman, or you're this, and putting you in cultural norms and different things like that. Stop allowing people to put you in their box because they feel comfortable putting you over here. Because if you step out and do what God has purposed you to do, it might make them feel uncomfortable. But it's not about you making sure everybody else is uncomfortable, but it's about doing what you're supposed to be doing. Your life, your purpose, your success is not relying on somebody else's comfortability, right? It doesn't matter. If you're not comfortable with my success, that's on you. That's not my problem. That's actually your problem, right? It's not my problem to worry about whether you are comfortable. Thank you, LaSheila. Definitely, she said you definitely came out of your shell. I am so proud of you. Thank you, LaSheila. Yes, girl. I'm coming. I'm trying my best to come out of this shell, right? I'm trying my best. But don't let someone put you in a box. Don't allow that. Be unapologetically you in 2021. Number four, if you're taking notes, number four, not agreeing with someone's perception of you. So that goes along with putting yourself in a box. But then what is their perception? Don't allow others to put you on the clearance rack, especially as single women we're dating, right? Don't let somebody cheapen your brand. Don't let somebody cheapen who you are, because you know what? If you want to charge $1,000 or $100 for your counseling session, if that's who you are, that's who you are. Charge $1,000, charge $500. If you want to charge $30 for your book, $29.99, $19.99, $9.99. Don't let somebody put you on the clearance rack. Don't let somebody cheapen who you are. Don't let a man cheapen women. Don't let a man cheapen you, put you on the clearance rack. Let him know what he's dealing with. Don't compromise. Don't settle. And I'll talk about that later. But don't let people cheapen you, cheapen who you are, make you feel a certain way about yourself, like you have to cower down or back down and not shine and be the woman that you are called to be, right? When you go out and buy Tiffany, when you go out and buy Pandora, when you go out and buy all these brands, Gucci and Louis Vuitton, they're not going to let you come in there and ask for a discount. So don't let somebody come into your life asking for a discount. Don't let somebody cheapen you as a woman. Don't let a man cheapen you and discount you because he is not ready for you. So you're supposed to cower down and lower your standards for him. No, ma'am. Make him rise up. When you go into Gucci, you got to rise up. When you go into Louis Vuitton, you got to rise up. When you go to Rolls Royce, you got to rise up. When you decide to wear Tiffany and all these and getting a 5 carat diamond, you got to rise up. You're not going to be asking for discounts, right? So don't let somebody discount you. Hey, sis, Melanie, thank you so much for joining. Share this out. Thank you, Christy, so much for being on. Don't let someone cheapen you, because know your worth. When you know your worth, you're being unapologetically you, because you're not going to let somebody discount your gifts, your callings, and who you are as a woman of God, as a person. So make sure you're not doing that. Number five, take off the mask. Be authentically you. You know what? I wore a mask and I talked about wearing a mask. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch the replay on YouTube. I talked about wearing a mask. When we wear a mask, we're pretending. You're not being authentic. You're being fake. I remember when I was a counselor in the school, they'd be like, Miss Chanel, she being fake. You know what I'm saying? Don't be fake. That if it bothers young children, teenagers, how do you think if God feels about it? You're not being authentically you. Are you embarrassed by who you really are? Are you not accepting of all that God has created you to be? What's going on behind the mask? Is there something deeper going on there that you need to talk about, that you need to get help with? As a licensed counselor, I talk to students, young people, young adults, even my own colleagues every day, and we talk about certain things. And so many people are dealing with so many hurts and pains and so many different things that they're dealing with. And they wear a mask to cover up because they don't want you to see who they really are. It's time out for that in 2021. Don't be fake anymore. Take off your mask. Be real, get yourself together, get the counseling and the support and the help that you need, so you don't have to hide behind the lashes, the hair, the facade, the name, the title, hiding behind your missus. If you're married, if you're a married woman, sometimes we hide behind those things and we lose ourselves. We're not being authentic. We're not being real. So in 2021, I recommend that you let go of the mask, drop it, be authentically you, because again, God can't bless the fake you. He can only bless you if you are really you. If you're coming to God like, this is who I am, Lord, I'm hurt, I'm broken, I need you, God, I need you to come through. If you don't come through for me, it's not going to go well. If we don't do that, God's like, you pretending like you all good, so you don't need me. We can't act like that. God knows that we're really hurt. It's not like he doesn't know, right? We serve an all-knowing, sovereign, omniscient God, right? He knows, but he wants us to be transparent. He wants us to be honest. And, this is a caveat. We can't be honest with everybody. I'm aware of that. We have to be discerning. We have to be mindful of who we open up to and who we reveal ourselves to, but God knows. So get yourself together, like my Mama Bougie said over here. Get yourself together. And Sheila says, stop hiding, because we are all dealing with hidden secrets, right? Your story can save someone. It sure can. Your story will save someone. Your story will make a difference. And Mama Bougie said, get it together. We need to get our lives together because you know what? God is not expecting perfection, but He's expecting for us to rise up. Like I said on tonight, let's get lifted. Let's level up. Let's rise up. Let's intentionally get it together through these powerful discussions that we're having on Motivational Monday because I want to see you better. I want to see you whole. I want to see you healed. And looking on my personal page, I can't see your comments on the platform right here, and it says, "Okay, okay, I see what you're saying, Sean. I will do that." So while I'm pinning my information to my page, I want to share this little snippet with you. If you have not gone to my YouTube page and watched our declarations video, I need you to go watch it. So I'm going to go ahead and pin some things on my page, but I also want you to watch this. It's a quick clip, so don't run away. Don't run away. Watch it. It will bless you. And if you haven't watched it, go to our YouTube page and watch it. Subscribe and follow. And so let's just watch this really quick. I am Declarations. I am so excited to share these powerful declarations with you as we enter a new year. Declarations are powerful statements that you command on purpose and with passion. Declarations affirm God's blessings in our lives. According to Job 22:8 in the Message Bible, you'll decide what you want and it will happen. In the New King James Version, it says, you will also declare a thing and it will be established for you. As your speech shifts, your life shifts. So let's make a decision today. As we move forward into a new season, let's command what we want to see for our lives. Our words shape our world. Our words have power, and according to Psalms 45:1, our tongue is the pen of a ready writer. So let's write our lives with our words. Commit to spending the first part of your day repeating these declarations with boldness. Listen to them, share them. It's time to stop speaking haphazardly and let's come into agreement with God's promises with intentionality and purpose. I am in a position to receive the blessings and miracles of God. I am purpose-driven. I am taking the limits off of God. There is nothing too hard for Him. So if you have not went to our YouTube page, that was just a little snippet. I created a declarations video. 2021 is the year of the open mouth. It is the year of the open door. We are here in 2021 to speak what we want to seek for our lives. You know, say what you want to see for your life in 2021. You know, my book, a lot of my book and what I talk about is how I was speaking from an unhealthy place, how I was speaking from a toxic and broken place. And I had to learn to speak power to my life because I didn't realize how my words were shaping my world. And, you know, you hear it in the Bible, but you don't really take it for, you don't really take it to heart, right? And I was like, why is my life spinning out of control? And my mouth was so negative, you guys. My mouth was so toxic. I was speaking death and then I was wondering why my life was falling apart, why I was dying inside. So there's a declarations video on our YouTube page. It's about 15 to 16 minutes of declarations, about 60 to 70 declarations. And I say them and I give you time to repeat after me. You can listen to it in your car. You can listen to it while you're getting dressed. You can listen to it while you're laying down in the bed. You get dressed in the morning. You know, it is so important that we speak what we want to seek. That's right. You have it. Yes, you have to encourage yourself. We have to build ourselves up to our most holy faith, right? We have to not let what we see around us tear us down. We have to start building ourselves up. Encourage yourself. So this video was meant to help encourage you. I'm an encourager. I always say that I am. I claim to be an encourager. I love to encourage people. And so listen to this video and I pray that it blesses you. Share it out with your families. Joy says, on your drive to work, yes, ma'am. Listen to it. It's not that long. And I give you time to repeat what I'm saying. We're decreeing and declaring these things, right? God's word says, when you decree a thing, it shall be established in the earth. We want to establish some things, right? So let's do that. So let's continue with this lesson. I don't want to belabor you too long tonight, but I want to really get into this because I want you to be better. Be unapologetically you in 2021. Number 6, being honest about your feelings. It's okay to cry. A lot of times we don't really express ourselves because we don't want to be known as weak. We don't want people to think, oh, she weak. She telling us that she going through depression, or she telling us that she has anxiety or whatever. I had an anxiety attack during the pandemic when it first started in April. I didn't know what it was. I ended up going to the hospital. And at first, I was a little ashamed of it. I only told certain people. But then I opened up and shared it with my supervisor. And she was like, Miranda, I've gone through that. So you just don't know what people are dealing with. It's okay to be honest and say, hey, this is what I'm going through, because you just don't know. They might be going through it. How can you help each other? How can we come together as women of God, as men and women of God, to support each other, to help each other through the hurt, the pain, the brokenness, right? If we're not open with each other, like I said, be mindful of who you share with, obviously, because you can't share everything with everybody because they're not going to honor that a lot of times. But you know what? Share with the right people so you get the help that you need. Share with God. Lord, I don't know what's going on with me. I don't, and I've also gone through depression during this time, you guys, as well. Having to take medication during the pandemic. And I've never taken medication before for depression. I'm a counselor. You're thinking, but I had to be honest with myself and said, I need some help. I need to go talk to somebody. I need some counseling. And I thank God for the women that God has placed in my life that have prayed me through it, prayed me through the depression, prayed me through the anxiety, prayed me through the heartache, the pain, and all these different things. But we have to be honest with ourselves to get the help that we need. So it's okay to cry. It's okay and to break down every now and then. After you break down, dry your tears, get back up, and keep going. That's what it's all about. We're going to have those moments, and it's okay to not be okay. But you have to be honest with your feelings. Stop suppressing your feelings. Number 7, stop compromising. Don't settle if it's not what you want. Wait. Stop compromising. If that's not what you really want, don't settle. If that's not the car you want, don't go get it just because you said, oh, I want a new car. No, if that's not really what you want, don't get it. If that's not the house you really want, don't go get it. If that's not really the job you want, don't apply. If you don't really want to date him, don't date him. If you don't really like her, then don't date her. Right? Stop settling. Oh, well, I want somebody in my bed. It's not that serious, because once you get them in your bed, you might not can get them out of your bed, and you be stuck with somebody that you don't want to be stuck with. And now you upset. Now you angry. Now you bitter. Now you got some depression because it was self-inflicted, right? Now you got some heartache because it was self-inflicted. No, we don't want to have any self-inflicted wounds in 2021. We want to be honest with ourselves and say, you know what? I'm good. I'm cool. Yes, I want to be in a marriage. Yes, I want to be in a relationship, but I'm good because I'm not going to settle. That's not what I want. And if God doesn't want it for me, I don't want it, right? I don't want that. If God does not want that for me, I do not want it, okay? Let's say that together. Type it in the chat. If that is not what God has for me, I do not want it. I do not want it. I do not want it. Type it in the chat. I do not want it. If God does not want that for me, I don't want it. So make sure you're not settling. Make sure you're not just doing whatever, because it's filling a void. Because it's a counterfeit, right? It might be okay for that moment, but eventually it's not going to be pleasing to you anymore. It's not going to be satisfying to you anymore. It's not going to fulfill the void. God created that void for him to fill. We need to be full and already whole when we come into these relationships. We need to be whole when we come into a marriage. We need to be whole and not expecting the other person to make us whole, right? You hear it all the time. Two halves can't make a whole. So we need to be whole when we come into these situations and not settle. Set boundaries. You know what? That's a part of stop not compromising. Set boundaries. If somebody is disrespecting you, they're treating you a certain type of way, they're being rude, they're being mean, they're treating you bad. Stop letting people treat you bad. Stop tolerating bad behavior. Stop. Thank you so much for yes, I don't want it. Stop tolerating bad behavior. People make excuses. Well, you need to have tough skin. You need to be this. I have tough skin, but you're rude. I have tough skin, but you ain't acting right. I have tough skin, but you're not being nice. So me being tough does not mean I'm going to tolerate your bad behavior. Me being tough does not mean I'm going to settle for your sarcasm. I'm going to allow you to be emotionally bankrupting me with your rudeness, your meanness, your sarcasm, your passive aggressive comments. No, ma'am, no spam. We're not going to do that in 2021. Stop allowing people to mistreat you. Set boundaries. No, you're not going to call me after this time. No, you're not going to talk to me like that. No, you're not going to disrespect me. No, you're not going to talk to my family this way. And Joy says, I do not want it. Yes. And if that's what God wants for me, if that's what he has for me, that's what I want. But if that's not what he wants for me, I don't want it. I don't want it. So again, stop settling for bad behavior. Stop making excuses for people. Set boundaries for your own health, for your own sanity, for your own mind. Number 9, know that you were here for a reason and you have a purpose. Know that you know, right? That you are here for a reason and you have a purpose. Know this in your being, in your growing, in your shandara, right? In your shando. Know that you are supposed to be here. You're not an accident. You're not here by happenstance. There's a reason for you being on this earth. There's something that God wants you to share with this world. And somebody's ready for you to come out. Somebody's ready for you to break forth. Somebody is ready for you to say, don't stop. Get it, get it. I'm gonna come out and do what God has purposed for me to do in my season, in my year, in my life. So many of us have suppressed who we are. And when you're unapologetically you, you don't compromise anymore. You don't hide who you are anymore. You don't deal with the mediocre and the mundane. You know who you are and you go for it. And so you know that you're here for a purpose. So step out. Number 10, accept and love yourself. Again, that goes back to what I was saying. So all of this is kind of flowing together, but there are just like some little nuances that are a little bit different. Do you love yourself? When you look at yourself in the mirror, do you love what you see? Do you like yourself? Do you even like what you see? Do you accept who you are? Do you accept that do I accept who I am? As a divorcee. At first, I remember when I first got divorced, I didn't even want to say I was divorced because I was embarrassed. I was ashamed. I was still hurt. I accept it now, but do you accept where you are in your life? In order for you to be whole and healthy, you have to accept who you are, whether you're single, divorced, widow, you're married with children, no children, your children acting up, people around you are acting crazy. Accept who you are, accept where you are. And sometimes we feel like, I'm supposed to be further along. I'm 45 years old, I'm 50 years old, I'm 35, I'm 25, I'm supposed to be further along. Accept who you are, love who you are. Because a lot of times when we start to love ourselves and embrace who we are, we start attracting the right people. We start attracting those people that have love in their hearts. So we're not surrounded by a bunch of bitter old biddies, right? We're not surrounded by a bunch of people that are hateful and mean and angry about life and blaming everybody else and pointing the finger like, oh my gosh, it's because of him that I'm in this place. No, things happen to all of us, right? But are you happy? Are you satisfied? Are you content? God's word says to be content in all things, right? We have to be content in all things, no matter what it is, right? We have to be content in all things. And Joyce, you said that if that's not what God, yeah, I already read that. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so anyway, let's go on to the next one. So the next one is saying, number 11. So if you're taking notes, I'm on number 11. Live with intention. Don't be ashamed of who you are. I mentioned that before. If you don't like what you see in the mirror, make the effort to make the changes that you need. So make changes. Don't be afraid to change. Don't be afraid to do the necessary things it takes. It might be a struggle, if you need to lose weight, if you want to cut your hair, if you want to start traveling, if you need to start saving money, whatever you need to do, make the necessary steps and make those changes if you don't like what you see. Number 12, stop comparing and be a trendsetter. Stop comparing yourself to others. Stop being a people pleaser. Why are you worried about everybody else? Oh, I don't talk like her. I don't look like her. She, my complexion is not like hers. My hair texture is not like hers. My pitch is not the same. I don't speak eloquently. I don't have a college degree. It does not matter. God, He can use anybody, right? He used, I think it was Moses in the Bible, people, he used people in the Bible who stuttered. He used the least of these, right? In the Bible, he used the least of these in order to accomplish amazing feats in the Bible and in this world. They made history, right? He used Ruth, right? Someone who was a widow who went with her mother-in-law and found her Boaz. And we always compare our future husbands to this amazing man who found us in the field doing what we needed to do, right? God used Esther. He uses some amazing men and women of God in the Bible, and He can use you too. But you have to be in position. You have to do what you have, what you're doing. You have to do what you have to do, right? We can't worry about everybody else. We can't compare ourselves to the next person because we're not them. It says you will attract who you are inside, right? And it is attract, right? We attract who we are inside. Spirits are transferable. So if you're hanging around the people that have all these negative energies, again, break yourself free from these people. Break yourself free from the pact. Sometimes you have to walk this road alone, and it's not fun. Sometimes it's a lonely road. It's can be you're like, why am I still alone? I feel like I'm on an island, a deserted island. But there's a reason for the process. Embrace the process. You may not always enjoy it, but embrace it. Understand that you're on this island for a reason. You're doing what you do for a reason. And once you come out of it, you're going to be better for it. You're going to be able to handle life's challenges with grace and with tenacity, with fearlessness, with courage, with boldness, right? If you go ahead and go through the process and allow God to work out the things that He needs to work out within you. So you attract what you want, who you are. So if you don't want to attract these buzzards, stop, get yourself together. You know what I'm saying? Stop being a buzzard yourself. Stop being negative. Stop being angry. Stop being bitter. Stop being toxic. Stop being hateful and angry and jealous. If you don't want to attract those people, stop being those people. Like she was saying, your like spirits attract each other. So if you're finding yourself attracted to these people or they're attracted to you, you might want to do some self inventory and a self check. So number 13, speak up. It's okay to disagree. If you don't agree with what somebody is doing, don't keep silent. Speak up for what's wrong when you see injustices going on around you. Speak up for the little man. Speak up for those who can't speak up for themselves. As a counselor, I'm an advocate for young people. So I'm kind of like that middleman, right? I'm the one that speaks up on their behalf. I advocate for them. I speak up for them. And you want to be able to, if something's going on around you, don't agree with it. Don't go and break the rules on your job and then you're wondering why God's not blessing you. When you're doing things that's illegal or inappropriate. Don't lie on your taxes, right? Don't do anything if your husband's like, well, we need to lie on our taxes because we're gonna get this extra 5,000, but it's wrong. And you're like, babe, I don't want to do this. I don't want to participate. Say no. If somebody's doing something wrong, if you don't want that done to you, say no. I don't agree with that. I don't really want to do that. It could be something as simple as I don't want to go eat there. But we know there's bigger situations going on around us, right? So if there's something going on that you don't like, speak up. If you don't want them to come to your house, be like, I don't really want company today. Speak up. Stop bringing those wicked spirits in your home. Those witches and warlocks are dropping and depositing their spirits in your house, in your car, in your space, in your atmosphere because you're allowing it. Instead of saying, you know what, I don't want to participate in that. I don't want to do that. You're allowing people to just do what they want to do in your life. They're running rampant in your life and you're allowing it. We can't allow that any longer. So say, I don't want to do that. It's okay to disagree. It's okay to say, I don't agree with that. It's okay to say no. No is a complete sentence. That's number 14. Stop explaining yourself. You don't have to explain who you are to everybody. When you're living unapologetically you don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to go around making sure everybody understands and everybody agrees with you and everybody is okay with who you are. They might think you're radical. They might think you're crazy. They might think you're foolish. But does it matter? And if it matters, why does it matter? Why would they think matter so much to you? Stop worrying about what everybody else thinks about you. You know what? You are who you are and love who you are. Be unapologetically you in 2021. So stop worrying about everybody else and do what you need to do for you. Number 15, make changes that, when you make those changes, make sure they're not for other people. Make sure those changes are for you. Number 16, believe that God can, let me see, y'all can't even read my own writing. Believe that you can. Believe that you can. God has given you everything you need inside of you. Everything that you need to accomplish your purpose is inside of you. Believe that you can, right? Believe that you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. And if there's nobody around you pushing you, like we mentioned before, encourage yourself. Don't worry about it. Number 17, embrace who God called you to be and who you are. Number 18, it's a vibe. What energy are you giving off? You're a whole vibe, right? Your personality, your characteristics, who you are as a woman, your bougie, you're a vibe. Being bougie is a vibe, y'all. It's a way of life. I'm walking it out. I'm being bold in it. I'm being confident in it. I'm being intentional with it. I'm being elegant with mine because Miranda, being bougie is a whole vibe. So let your light shine. Be a whole vibe. Make sure that your energy is popping. Make sure your energy is magnetic. Make sure your smile, your laughter, your conversation is not negative. Make sure that the people that you are connected to are the same way because you don't want that negativity again to be spoiling over and running over into all these different areas of your life and it's causing destruction in your life. Number 19, get off the hamster wheel and stop looking to others to validate you. You know what? When people know that you're looking for validation from them, they won't. A lot of times, some people are just so mean like that they will hold back their validation because they know that you want it, because they know that you're thirsty for it. Don't be thirsty for somebody else's validation. Get off that hamster wheel, get out of that toxic cycle of needing somebody else's approval for you to move forward. God has already validated you. He's already approved you. He's already confirmed you. He's already affirmed you. Don't worry about everybody else because a lot of times when they like, oh, she wants me to tell her she's cute today. She needs me to tell her she did a good job. Atta girl, you did a good job. They will withhold that validation because they know you need it. Because that's how sometimes people are. Sometimes people are just mean like that. I'm not saying that everybody does that, but there are some people out there who act like that. And you don't want to be around people who will treat you that way. Like, who does that, right? But there are people out there who do that. They will withhold their validation because they know that you're seeking it. They know that you're looking for it. They know that you're like, oh, okay, in order for me to have a good day, I need for my husband to tell me I'm pretty today. He may not feel like telling you that. You need to already know you're pretty. You already need to know you're beautiful. You already need to know you're a baddie. I don't need my husband to tell me every day I'm bad because I know I am. I woke up like this, right? So you don't need that. Make sure that you know who you are. Number 20, own your own strengths and weaknesses, your dreams, desires, and fears, and in your own quirky sort of way. Every piece of you is a perfect piece of art. Every piece of you, you are a work in progress. Even when the parts are not so pretty, you are a work in progress. You might be one of those people that still have jealousy issues. You might have envy issues. You still might be insecure about who you are and how you look. You know what? And if that's the case, then continue to work on yourself, right? We all know that this walk is not a walk of perfection because we serve the one who is perfect, right? But we want to make sure that we are doing all that we can to be the best us that we can be. And Joyce is saying, I don't need anyone's validation. God values me. Of course he does. He values us. He wants us to look in the mirror and say, oh, I'm beautiful this morning. Oh, I know my lashes aren't on this morning, but I'm cute. I mean, my hair ain't combed. I didn't get my hair done this week, but I'm cute. I look nice right now. I am beautiful. Look at yourself in the mirror every morning. I am beautiful. I am bold. I am one of a kind. I am unbothered. I am God's girl. I am intentional. I am elegant. I am attracting what I want for my life. Make sure that you are affirming yourself because God is already affirming you. And when you come out of your house with that, after you've already built yourself up, can't nobody tear you down. You're ready for anything that comes your way. You're like, oh, I'm ready for y'all today. I'm ready for you to come for me today. So you ready for people to come at you crazy, right? Because you're like, okay, I know what I got. You may not like it, but I know who I am. So I'm good with me. And we have to have that attitude in 2021. I'm good with me, whether you want to be good with me or not. I know I'm weak in this area. I know I need to work on that area of my life, but I'm good with me. Number 21, choosing him to own your life, having the courage to reveal who you really are and embracing your vulnerabilities without guilt or shame. You know what? When you embrace your vulnerabilities, you're not weak. You don't look at yourself as a weakling. Choosing to own your life and having the courage to reveal that, I don't know everything, right? I don't know how to do that. Can you help me? You know what I'm saying? Ask for help. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. There's nothing wrong with saying that I need some support. There's nothing wrong with giving somebody a call and say, girl, I need prayer. Girl, pray for me in this area. I don't even want to pray right now. I'm tired of praying. I'm over it. Pray for me. So, we need that. And so in 2021, you are being unapologetically you, and you know who you are. You're embracing your proclivities, your weaknesses, your strengths, all that you are. You're embracing that. You're saying no, you're setting boundaries, you're doing the work that it takes to get prepared for what God has for you. You know you have purpose on this earth. You know that nobody can steer you wrong. And also, you just bad. You just bougie. You're a king. You're a queen. You're all of that, and God knows it. You need to know it because you weren't here. You're not here just to be mediocre. You're here to be amazing and awesome. And so, before we go, I want to read my letter to a bougie girl. You know what I'm saying? Because I did write my letter, and so I want to read my letter. My letter is not that long, but I want to read it. Again, it's just pretty much, just what I've been saying all night long, but I'm going to read it anyway. So my letter says, Dear Bougie Girl, it's not too late. I know things may not look the way you expected it to look at this stage in the game, but God has not forgotten you. Your latter days are yet ahead. You may be wondering why. Well, look at it as a training ground for the platform that God has destined for you. Your heart has been broken. You have been disappointed. You wanted to give up, but something inside of you did not allow you to give in. You kept hearing a voice inside of you saying, don't stop, don't quit. A lot of times that's the Holy Spirit. That's how the Holy Spirit talks to me. He a little ghetto like me. So the Holy Spirit relates to me on my level. So you make it another year. You grow from glory to glory. You make it up in your mind that you will let go of the past. You are ready for the new. In Isaiah, God says, will you not see it? I'm about to do a new thing. That's my life scripture for starting in 2021. Isaiah, I think it's 43 and 19. God is ready to do a new thing. Will you not see it? The table has been set and it is time to eat. God has prepared a place for you and a table for you in the presence of your enemies. God has the best for his daughter. You deserve the best. You stayed on your knees. You kept your eyes on God. He wants to bless you beyond your wildest dreams. I want to encourage you to not go back, even if you're still waiting. You may have been waiting for 10, 20 years, 5 years, 3 years, 6 months. Keep waiting. It may have been 10 years. Don't stop believing God. It may have been 20 years. Don't stop believing. Do you still believe? I'm encouraging you today to keep believing. Don't stop and don't quit. Being bougie is a way of life. So embrace it, grab a hold of it, and know that you're a bold, one of a kind, unbothered, God's girl, intentional and elegant. Be bougie, be you. I'm standing with you. Go, girl, go. Be unapologetically you in 2021. So I want to encourage all the bougie girls on here, my bougie squad. Be unapologetically you. That's the new church, as you can see, the new design for 2021. If you can look on my shirt, it says, I'm bougie, be you unapologetically. And it says 2021. The 2021 is in gold, so you probably can't really see it. But that's what the new design is. It's saying, I'm bougie, I'm being me, and I'm being me unapologetically. So whether you like it or not, you may not agree with it. I don't care. I'm bougie. I'm all of that. So I'm claiming it. I'm being it. I'm flowing in. I'm rocking in it. I'm vibing with it. All of the above. I'm in my square. So I hope you guys are in your square. Stay in your square. Stay encouraged. Again, if you have not pre-ordered the book, please do, because you're going to get this 70. It's like 70 pages. You don't have to print it yourself because it's going to be an e-journal. It's going to be a download. But it's 21-day reflective and healing journal. And also, if you have not pre-ordered my book, oh my gosh, you guys, look at what I have here. It is a actual book. It has pages. I'm super excited. Y'all can tell how I'm excited. It's my first book, so y'all forgive me for being extra, but I am extra sometimes. I'm a bougie extra girl. So I love y'all, Bougie Squad. Subscribe to our YouTube, follow our page, share this out. We're trying to get our followers up to 1,000 in 2021. We are trying to get monetized. We are trying to do it. If you want to sow a seed into what God has given me to do, sow a seed. Be a look, I'm putting up the wrong thing. Sow a seed. There it is right there. Sow a seed. That's the Cash App for the Bougie Squad. Sow a seed into what God is doing in 2021. We're super excited. Go and watch the declarations page of the video. If you haven't watched it, if you haven't subscribed, go subscribe to our YouTube. Watch the declarations video. If you haven't ordered the book, go pre-order it. It will be out on March 1st. I want to share my story. This is finally me sharing my story. And I am just excited to be alive. There were many times I thought I was going to die. I had a pulmonary embolism 2 years ago, and I was on my deathbed. They pretty much was telling me, I could have died if I had made it to the hospital in time. So I've faced death. I've had a gun pulled out on me when I was 15 years old. I faced death. I, had depression. I wanted to commit suicide. But God said, no, I'm still here, and I'm here for a reason. Like I said, if it's just for one, to share my story and to encourage someone to keep going, because God has so much more for you. I didn't think I was going to make a job. When I got divorced, I was so devastated. I thought I was going to die. It was so painful. The pain was so unbearable. It was like an emotional, physical pain at the same time, and I thought I was going to die. I didn't think I was going to make it. I was like, Lord, this is so painful. I'm going to die. And 10 years later, I'm still here, and I'm happy, and I'm smiling, and I have the joy of the Lord, and He has never left me. He's never forsaken me. He's never given up on me. He still loves me. He has my back, even though I've messed up many a time since then. He said, daughter, I love you. And He has brought me to a place right where I am today, to be able to be a counselor, to be a mental health first aid coach to others, to start working as a mental health coach. I have some announcements coming up. I am going to be doing some coaching, some life coaching with a Black-owned counseling agency here in Dallas. They want to partner with me to have me work with them and to provide coaching services for their business. And we're partnering together. So you guys, God will make room for you. He's opening doors. Again, like I said, 2021 is the year of the open door. God is opening doors. Keep believing, because I've been praying for certain things, and it's been 5 years I've been believing these things. And I'm like, Lord, when are they coming to pass? And God is doing it, right? And so God is connecting me with some amazing people. I don't know if I mentioned it to you on this broadcast, but I'm going to mention it really quick. That I am doing an evening with a king. It's a men's night where once a month I'm going to interview a gentleman, a king. Again, our definition of a king is kind, intelligent, noble, and grateful. An evening with a king. So once a month I'm going to be interviewing a pastor, a preacher, a business owner, a husband, a son, a man of God. If he's not a man of God, just interviewing a man on what he said, what he believes being a king is. How does he exemplify being a king in his life? And you know what? God has already blessed me with some amazing men that will be coming on the platform in 2021 to talk about their lives as a king, to share their journey, their heart, their story. I'm super excited because the men have been rocking with us here on Bougie Girl Cyber Happy Hour, and I want to show them some love in 2021. So I'm just excited to interview some men, and I know ladies, y'all excited too. So don't be acting all funny. Go ahead and come on and look at the men. I'm being funny, y'all. But just come and hear their stories. It's so good sometimes and helpful to hear a story from a man's perspective. Some of these men will be married, single, divorced, whatever, going through it. But you know what? Why not hear what they have to say? Hear how the journey has been for them, because a lot of times divorce can look different for a man. You know, heartbreak can look different for a man. Disappointment can be different for a man. Let's hear his perspective. Let's understand the male species a little bit better, ladies. If you don't really understand, I know a lot of women that follow me are married and they probably already got it down pat. It's, you know, y'all got it together. But you know what? Some of us want to learn a little bit more. So I want to share that with the men this year. If you know a man who would be great for this platform, please inbox me and share their information. I would love to have their information. If you know a woman who would love to be on the Bougie Girl platform, please inbox me. I would love to reach out to see if they would like to come onto her story on Fridays. So this Friday, I have an amazing guest with me. Let me see if I can get the flyer, because I'm excited to have her with me this Friday coming up. She's going to share some amazing information. And I just want to, I'm going to pull up the flyer real quick if you all can bear with me. I'm going to pull up the flyer of the amazing young lady that we're going to have with us this Monday for her, or this Friday, actually, forgive me, this Friday for her story. I'm super excited. I hope you guys join me because she's going to be bringing some great information. So this is who I have with me this Friday. Her name is Judith Powell. She's going to be talking to us about finances. She's a regional manager for a major billion-dollar financial institution. And she's going to be sharing some financial tips with us on Friday. So you know what? It's time in 2021 to get our money together, y'all. Let's get the money right in 2021. Let's start saving. Let's start investing. Make sure you have some life insurance. Make sure you have whatever you need. So if something happens to you, your children don't have to do chicken dinners to raise money for you to be buried. If something happens to you, God forbid, we know we all going to die one day, but we want to be prepared, right? Let's get prepared. Let's be prepared for what emergencies may come about, where she can tell you about money and different things like that. So Judith Powell will be with me this Friday for her story. She's going to share some great, impactful tools with you. I hope you have enjoyed this evening with me. I know I was a little long-winded, but I had some great news I wanted to share with you all. Again, be unapologetically you in 2021. God does not want you to be a counterfeit. He does not want you to be fake. He does not want you to be phony. He wants you to be all of who he has created you to be. So share this out. Like I said, my Cash App is linked on my personal page. If you want to, it's also in the description. So if you want to sow a seed, there it is again. I love y'all. Be blessed, be encouraged, and join me here again on Friday. I love y'all. Have a blessed night. Rest well, and be encouraged. Don't let everything that you see around you get you down. God's got our back. He's still in control. Be blessed, everybody.